Ladies and gentlemen, today's motion is one that is long overdue. This idea of abolishing primary and middle school years that group children based on age and instead group them by competency and intelligence has been discussed for some time. The, the, the proposition believes that is it time for change. Our education system was designed for the industrial age where schools were mass producing students using one-size-fits-all approach. This approach ignores the fact that every child is unique and has different strengths and learning needs. This is why the proposition team is in favor of this motion, and it is essential to move away from age-based grouping and toward a system of competency and intelligence grouping. Abolish primary and middle school means age of eliminating in current practice of group students in primary and middle school based solely on their age, to be replaced with a grouping system based on their competency and intelligence levels. This is instead to provide a more effective and personalized approach to education by ensuring that each student receives individual attention and support, while also promoting social mobility, reducing achievement gaps, and fostering better social skills. Grouping students by competency and intelligence refers to the educational practice of classifying students based on their individual academic abilities and cognitive development. Instead of grouping students solely based on their age, educators will group students with similar competency and intelligence level together in order to provide a more targeted and effective approach to learning. The system aims to allow students to progress at their own pace and receive educational materials and instruction that are appropriate to their individual needs. By grouping students this way, advanced students can be challenged and pushed to excel further, while students who may require additional attention and support can receive more individualized attention. The goal of grouping students by competency and intelligence is to provide an inclusive, personalized, and effective learning experience to each student. The current status quo with regards to primary and middle school education is based on the traditional approach of grouping students based solely on their age, with the assumption that all students within the same age group possess the same level of academic abilities and cognitive development. This age-based grouping system is widespread and has been in place for many decades. However, critics of the current system argue that the age-based methodology has led to significant gaps in academic achievement, motivation, social skills, and self-confidence among students with varying abilities. And what we all need to know is that the current curriculum is designed to foster student competence and talents, not to force students to do things according to their age. This is unfair for students of the same age but with different skills and talents. The proposition team proposes to abolish the age-based approach and replace it with a competency and intelligence-based grouping system. The new system aims to group students based on their individual competency and intelligence levels, which will ensure that every student receives individual attention and support that is tailored to their unique learning needs. This approach is intended to promote social mobility, reduce achievement gaps, and foster better social and emotional skills. In summary, the proposed status quo will replace the current age-based grouping system in the competency and intelligence-based grouping system in primary and middle school. So, today I want to give you some argument why I agree with the motion. Firstly, by abolishing the age-based grouping and adopting the competency and intelligence-based grouping approach, school can better cater to their student individual learning needs, strength, and weakness. This will enable the teacher to provide personalized lessons with individuals curricula for each student according to their intellectual level. The student will be challenged to achieve their academic potential, and the capable ones will receive appropriate support and guidance. By grouping students in more targeted manners, teachers can better understand and address their students' different learning styles, which will ultimately lead a more effective and efficient classroom environment. Furthermore, this shift will also create a more equitable education system, as students from the average background will no longer be at a disadvantage due to their age. Currently, there are significant disparities in educational outcome based on factors such as socioeconomic status, gender, and ethnicity. The current age-based grouping system often addresses these disparities by locking students into learning environment that may not suit their cognitive abilities. By shifting to their competency and intelligence-based grouping approach, we will be creating more equitable educational system. Children from these advanced background will receive the support they need to catch up, while those with more advanced abilities will be challenged to achieve their full potential. Secondly, abolishing primary and middle school years that group children based on age can foster better social skill. The current system tends to group students based on their age, which often means that they socialize only with peers on the same age. This can create a closed environment where students are not exposed to different perspectives and life experience. By grouping students based on their competency and intelligence, students will be exposed to a more diverse social environment. The student will be exposed to different personalities and perspectives, which will help them develop better interpersonal skills. Thirdly, this approach will be cost-effective. By adopting a competency and intelligence-based teaching approach, resources can be more effectively allocated. Teachers can focus better on the individual needs of students rather than teaching all students in the same way. This approach can reduce the need for extra classes, which can be expensive and time-consuming. Not only will this approach make education efficient, but it will also be economically sustainable. And then, fourthly, abolishing primary and middle school years that group children based on age can promote social mobility. This current system created a wide achievement gap between students. By grouping children based on their competency and intelligence, this gap will be reduced. This approach will prevent students who are struggling from falling further behind and students who are excelling from being held back. This approach will ensure equal opportunities for all students, regardless of their age. It will also help to reduce a pressure that students often fail to achieve according to their age group standards. Fifthly, this approach will provide more opportunities for students to learn on their own pace. This current system often creates an environment where students feel left behind because they cannot understand the level of difficulty of the lesson taught. By grouping students based on their competency and intelligence, students will have the opportunity to learn at their own pace. This creates an environment where students can thrive their own speed. This approach will improve the confidence and motivation to learn. Sixthly, abolishing primary and middle school years that group children based on age can create a more psychologically supportive environment. In the current system, students often face a peer pressure to confront the norm and stabilized by their age group. This approach can create an environment where students feel complete to learn together rather than compete against each other. By nurturing teamwork and collaboration, students will become more resilient and confident. The approach will also help to reduce the student dropout rates. The opposition team will likely counter the motion, agreeing that that age division is primarily and secondary school are an effective way to ensure that children learn together with their peer and develop their social skill. Additionally, age division also allows children to learn from each other and develop healthy relation with people who different background. But like what I said before, if the age division are not always effective in ensuring that children learning according to their abilities. In contrast, division based on competency and intelligence can allow children to learn at a level appropriate to their abilities and avoid boredom or frustration because it is too easy or too difficult. Apart from that, division based on competency and intelligence can also help overcome to the problem of injustice in the current education system. Children with disadvantaged background often don't get the same opportunities to learn as their peers who are more financially well or have access to better educational resources. With division based on competency and intelligence, children with disadvantaged background can have equal opportunities to learn and develop. In inclusion, we are believe that abolishing primary and middle school years that group children based on the age in favor and competency and intelligent group is essential to improving our education system. It can improve the equality of education, foster better social skill, create a cost-effective system, promote social mobility, provide more opportunities for students to learn at their own pace, and create a more psychologically supportive environment. The opposition team has agreed that. However, we must note that these arguments are based on particular understanding of competency and intelligent grouping. Competency and intelligent group can help to reduce the achievement gap between low and high performance students. This approach can help to prevent low performing students from falling further behind. The approach created an environment where every student receives a personality level of attention. The system can be free from bias and discrimination if impartial testing is done to group the student. Moreover, this proposition team believe that new approach can foster better social and emotional skills. Science students will be an environment of different competencies and intelligence level. It will encourage learning and growth. Thank you.